In this video, we're going to demonstrate how you select the list of chapters that is going to get built into your document. This is a general purpose video for any document that can be created with any version of our Wizard software, the Expert Edition or the Novice Edition. It will work for any document, whether it's a business proposal, a contract, a business plan, a report, a study, so on, and with any of our design themes. So we have a design theme selected. So whatever design theme out of the hundreds we have available that you purchased will be your selected style. And for every time you're going to create a new document, you just go into that button to create a new project, and this project name is just going to be whatever title you want to give it. This doesn't get put into any documents. And you go into the Pick Documents screen. So this is the screen that gives you access to all the thousands of individual chapter templates. Now those chapter templates are anything from general purpose templates like the cover letter, title page, back page, table of contents, and so on that most people are going to use. And there are also industry specific chapters. There's chapters specific to whether you're writing a business plan or a grant RFP submission, so on. So the first screen you come to, Add Templates, you'll see the 40 most common chapters in general use. So for a very simple, basic business proposal, you could actually find all the chapters you need on this one screen. So like a cover letter, title page, back page, introduction or executive summary. These can be used interchangeably. Executive summary is usually a little more formal than introduction. And then like a cost summary page, the company history page. If you're selling a product or service, let's say we're selling some services, that 7 pages is going to cover a basic proposal for most companies. Now this Remove Templates tab, that's just to let you remove chapters from your selected list. This View and Reorder Selected Templates button, that will bring up a similar screen. You can still remove chapters from this, but you can also change the order. Let's say, well, let's move services up first. So anytime you want to check your actual list of chapters, you can just click this button. It'll tell you how many are selected. You'll see 2 lists here. So this list here on the left, this is all the chapters that are going to be assembled into a single Word document, your combined project document. This list over here is for any extra documents you're adding to the project that are going to be kept as individual separate files. So these would be things like a legal contract you want to have separate from the document, or checklists or extra letters like a follow-up letter, so on will show up here. So in this Add Templates tab, you can click this drop down, and this will take you to lists of chapters that are more specific to a situation. And it will change the checkboxes you'll see. So if we go to, say, the web, IT, software, hardware page, you'll see now that these are technical chapters. And then we can also scroll this way using these previous and next buttons. So let's say we're doing a real estate document. You can see a lot of real estate related chapters here. You'll see industry specific list of chapters first. You can see types of documents listed next. So say if we're writing a service sales proposal, we can start looking at those. Then we'll get into product sales related chapters, project related chapters, business plan related chapters, grant specific chapters, government chapters, short quotes and bids, and so on. Now if you scroll even further down, we have them categorized by types of information. So say if we want general information pages, what if we want some intellectual property related chapters? We can find those here, and so on. Appendix chapters. If we need to talk about problems or negative things, we'll find a few pages of those. So this is how you can kind of quickly get through lots of chapters and kind of pick out topics you think you might need. Now, if you have the idea of a chapter or topic you need to talk about, but you don't know where to find it exactly, if you can think of the word you're looking for, you can do a search by name. So say I want an income projection chapter. Let's just search on the word projection. So as long as the word we're typing in here is in the title or description or in the tags, you'll find it. So yeah, we do have an income projection chapter. There's also a projections chapter. And then chapters that might be related. So now we can add an income projection to our project. What if we need a mission statement? We'll do a search on the word mission. And you'll see the mission statement right here. But you'll see all the other chapters that have mission as a partial search will show up as well. And then all the chapters that were tagged as related to these ones it found will be showing up as well. So you'll have a longer list you can kind of scroll through. So you'll see templates like leadership, vision, principles, best practices, charter, core values, position statement. Those are topics that would tie in with a mission statement. So let's add in a vision as well. So we have two selected. We add those. So you can see them in our project list here. So that is how you use the Add Templates, Search by Name, Remove Templates tabs. Now View Samples. This is a quick way to get a lot of chapters into your project all at once. So we'll go over here and we'll just remove everything we've selected so far, start from scratch. So say we've come into the Pick Document screen. We kind of know a certain situation we're in, and we can just look through these samples. And we did have one of our animal design themes selected. So let's say we're doing a proposal probably for a veterinarian service or something. So we're probably going to pick a sample that's related to the design theme and the type of business we're in. So you can see we have an animal rescue shelter sponsorship sample. Let's just select that. We can just say import content from selected sample. You see that instantly loaded our project with a list of 13 chapters. And using those other tabs, search by name, add template, remove template, we can alter this list. Now, pulling in a sample, not only do you get the list of chapters, but when you leave this box checked, it will actually pull in the text of the sample into the document that gets assembled. So let's take a look at this sample really quick. So you can see this is the list of chapters, and it's been pulled into our project. Now all of this pre-written text in this sample is actually going to get pulled into the document when we generate it. Now this is a different design theme that we have selected. Say this is our animals number 2 design theme that the sample was created with. But we have a photo design theme, animals number 5, in our wizard right now as our selected design theme. So this exact sample can get recreated in whatever design theme you purchased. So this is the power of the Wizard software, and the template library, the design theme library, is it will let you create a document with lots of different variations in the design theme and the chapters and the data. So we'll close that sample. Now the Add a Contract tab, this is only for use if you have the Professional Expert Edition that includes the library of contract packs, or if you have a individual contract pack product purchased instead of a single proposal pack. So the Add a Contract tab is only for if you have a template product with contracts. So we have this loaded up with the Professional Edition that has over 300 contract templates. So we can just add any of these to the project, say work for hire agreement. And you'll notice there are some checkboxes here that'll let us decide if we want the contract embedded in the project document or proposal or created as an external document. So we have this box checked, so the contract will be created separately. So we'll add this to the project, and you can see the contract over here in this box. Now the Presets tab, this is good for creating your own custom list of chapters that you want to keep reloading over and over again for future documents you're going to create. So say if you have a set list of templates you're always going to use for every project, and you don't want to have to take the time of going through these screens and refinding and rechecking everything off for every document. So once you do this the first time, say we have our 14 selected and we're going to use those for all our future proposals, we can go in here and create a preset. Just say my custom list, give it a whatever title you want, create a preset. And now your preset is right here on the drop down. So in the future, after we create this first document, say later we're going to create another one with the same set of chapters, we just come into the Presets tab, select that preset, click the load button, all 14 chapters get loaded right away. And you can still, after that, customize the list. Say if for a future project you need to add an extra page or two. Now this title page tab, this is just for changing the front cover design, and it's only for use if you're using the proposal pack for any business design theme that's their plain text version, non-branded with logos. So if you have a design theme that already has a photo or a line art graphic design theme to it, you're not going to use these title page packs. But if you did use one with the any business style, you just go in and select a title page pack. Now we have all 40 loaded here. You only get volume number 1 with a entry-level proposal pack, and you get 5 of these with the professional. So all others are a small, like $8 fee each. So let's say we just go into volume 1 because everybody will have volume 1. And if you try to load this title page tab up and you have a visual design theme, it will warn you because basically you'll wind up creating a document that has a mismatched looking front cover. But you can just select whichever one of the 5 designs are in that title page pack. Select a pre-made design theme. And that would set the color scheme for the whole document and import this as the front title page. But we're not going to do that with this Animals number 5 design theme. And if you do select a title page design and you need to go back to the stock design theme, you can just click this Use Original Title Page tab. That will undo anything you did in this tab. Now this Quickstart tab, this is great if you have a specific kind of business or project that you need to load up a set of chapters for, and you're you just want to quickly get loaded up with a set of chapters, there are hundreds and hundreds of pre-made lists here that we've built up over the years working with companies. So you can find pre-made lists of chapters for lots of different situations, industries. And you just use the search list here or this drop down to narrow the list down. So say if I'm only want to look at pre-made lists that are construction related, I can just click that top drop down. That narrows the list from hundreds and hundreds down to something a little more manageable. And then I can just scroll down and look at all these in alphabetical order. So say if we're a woodworking contractor or something. Now in this example, we have an animal design theme. Let's just search on the word animal and see what we find for pre-made lists. We should find like veterinarian or shelter type layouts. Animal rescue, that might be a good one. So this would actually load a similar set of chapters to the actual sample over here. And you can see if we highlight, it'll load up 15 templates. And you can search this import list for just about anything. So say if you are a medical related company, you probably would have bought a medical related design theme. And you'd be searching for medical related layouts. You can see a whole bunch to select from. And these are just lists of chapters that other companies have used that we've worked with, and we have the lists in here so other people can get started with them as their starting lists. But most everybody is going to customize these lists to suit their specific situation. This will just get you a list of chapters quickly into your project. So say if we are a security company, you would probably have a security design theme that you purchased, or branding with your own logo, the any business design. You can see there are a lot more security related layouts to pick from, and so on. So you'll find layouts in here for lots of different specialty situations. So we have our 14 selected, and we can build our document from it next. So this is how you use the Pick Document screen, and all of these tabs are just different ways of getting a list of X number of chapters into your project for a situation specific to what you are doing. And you can get started faster finding something similar in, say, the samples or Quickstart tabs, and then custom tailoring that list using add templates, search by name, remove templates. And then once you're done, you just go back, click the OK Use Selected Templates button. You're back on the project screen, and you are ready to build the document. There are also many other videos that will go into other details in how to use some of these things, such as the presets, how to customize the design themes, how to build a document from a sample, and so on. So this video is just going to focus on how to use that Pick Document screen to get a list of chapters. But now that we've done that, we can just build the document by clicking the OK Save Project button, and then just let the wizard start generating the document. So what it's doing now is that list of chapters that you picked from the Pick Document screen are all being assembled into a document and copied into a folder for this project. Okay, now the document's been generated. You can see we have two documents that put the contract as a separate document. We can just open both of those up here. You can see for the contract, it actually applied the Animals 5 design theme. So whatever design theme you have, you can have it apply some of the formatting, or you can have it leave this off and just be plain text. So you have lots of options on how to customize all of these documents. And for the full document, this is the Animal 5 design theme. So whichever of the hundreds of design themes we have is what it would build it as. And you can see it actually pulled in the text from that sample and tagged it with the data we put in the Wizard's company data screen. So you can see this is how you can use the Wizard to select a custom set of chapters, a specific design theme, customize the data, the settings, and have it generate a Word document on the fly that's ready to finish editing and submit. So when you finish with your editing, you would either just print this out, save a PDF, and have a document ready to upload, email, deliver, however you need. That is how you use Proposal Pack Wizard to select a set of chapters for your specific situation. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and click subscribe to keep up on the latest proposal writing tips with Proposal Kit.